If you are watching this, you are probably dealing with debt. Maybe it's a credit card balance that keeps growing. Maybe it's a car loan that feels like it will never end. Or maybe you have a mix of debts and you are not sure where to start. My name is Oludare. I'm an ex-banker and I work in finance. I have seen how people get stuck in debt without knowing how to get out. This is not because they were reckless, but because no one had ever shown them how the numbers worked against them. Now, here is something you should know. A recent survey in Canada found that nearly 4 in 10 Canadians took on more debt in the past year. More than half say they struggle to keep up with their financial commitments. And total consumer debt in Canada hit $73 billion in the third quarter of 2025. These numbers are Canadian, but the situations they describe is common everywhere. More money going out than coming in. Interest growing faster than you can pay it down. That feeling that there is no way out. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do. We will start with understanding your debt, then move to the strategies that actually work to reduce it, and finish with a step-by-step plan you can follow starting today. Before we get to the steps, I want you to understand something first. Debt does not build up because you are careless. It builds because the system is designed to make it easy to borrow and how to notice how quickly the cost adds up. Knowing that changes how you approach what comes next. Let's get into it. Why debt piles up. So before we talk about how to fix debt, it helps to understand why it built in the first place. The core problem comes down to one thing. More money is going out than coming in. This is not always because people are careless. The cost of living has gone up sharply. Groceries, rent, and transportation cost more than they did a few years ago. And when your paycheck does not keep up, the credit card fills the gap. There is also an interest rate factor. After years of low interest rate following the pandemic, rates rose sharply starting in 2022. The debt did not grow overnight, but the cost of carrying it did. Understanding this is important because it tells where to focus your energy. You are not fighting the debt itself. You are fighting the interest that keeps it growing. Cut the interest and you make real progress. And here is the thing. The moment you stop blaming yourself and start looking at how it actually happened, something changes inside you. It stops feeling like a personal failure and start feeling like a problem you can fix. That is exactly where we are going next. Step 1. Get clear on what you owe. Do not skip this step. Write down every single debt, the full list. For each debt, write down 3 things: the total balance, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment. That is it. Do not overthink this step. Most people avoid this exercise because saying the full number feels overwhelming. But the number on paper is almost always smaller than the one you have been carrying in your head. The facts are easier to deal with than the fear. Credit cards typically carries the highest interest rate, often 19.99% or higher in Canada. Payday loans are even worse, sometimes exceeding 300% annually. These are the debts draining your money the fastest. This list is your starting point for everything that comes next. The moment you write it all down is the moment it starts controlling you. Once you have that list, you have already taken a step most people never take, and that is worth something. Now, let's figure out what you have to work with. Step 2. Build a simple budget. Once you know what you owe, you need to know what you have to work with. That means building a budget. Write down your total monthly take-home income. Then list your fixed expenses, rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments. After that, list your variable expenses, groceries, transportation, subscriptions, eating out. Subtract all your expenses from your income. What is left is what you have available. to either build savings or put toward extra debt payments. If the number is negative, it means more money is going out than coming in, and that is the first thing to fix. Look at your variable expenses first. Subscriptions you forget about, dining out 3 times a week, impulse purchases. These are the easiest places to find money. If the number is positive, even by a small amount, that is your debt fighting budget. Even an extra $50 a month applied to your highest interest debt makes a real difference over time. One critical rule: stop adding new debt while you work on paying it off. If your credit card is a temptation, put it in a drawer or cut it up. You cannot drain a bathtub with the tap still running. I know a budget does not sound exciting, but what it gives you is something that debt takes away: a sense of control. When you know exactly what is coming in and exactly what is going out, you stop reacting and start deciding. And now that you have that clarity, the next question is, where does the extra money go first? Step 3: choose a payoff strategy. Now that you know what you owe and what you have to work with, you need a strategy. There are two approaches that work well: the avalanche method. Pay the minimum on all your debts, then put every extra dollar towards the debt with the highest interest rate. When that debt is gone, move to the next highest. This method saves you the most money overall because you attack the most expensive debt first. For example, if you have a credit card at 19.99% and a car loan at 7.5%, every extra dollar goes to the credit card first. That is where the interest is costing you the most. But here's where it gets interesting. The challenge is psychological. If your highest interest debt also carries a large balance, you may spend months paying it down before the numbers visibly changes. Your brain needs to see progress to stay motivated. And when progress feels slow, most people quietly give up. This is not a willpower problem. It is how the brain processes effort and reward. The avalanche tends to work well for people who are comfortable trusting the numbers even when progress feels slow. The snowball method. Now, pay the minimum on all your debts, then put every extra dollar toward the debt with the smallest balance, regardless of interest rate. When that debt is gone, roll that payment into the next smallest. This method works well for people who need to see progress quickly to stay motivated. Paying off a small debt completely feels like a win, and that momentum keeps you going. And here's where that matters. The closer you get to completing a goal, the harder you push. And when you pay off a small debt entirely, your brain registers a 100% win on that specific goal. That feeling of completion drives you forward to the next one. Research published in Harvard Business Review found that people using the snowball method were more likely to eliminate their debt entirely, even though they pay more in interest overall. For most people, the method they actually finish is better than the one that only looks good on a spreadsheet. Which one should you choose? If you are disciplined and motivated by numbers, use the avalanche method. It saves the most money. If you need early wins to stay on track, use the snowball method. Both work. The best one is the one you will actually stick with. Choosing a strategy is not just a financial decision, it is a commitment to yourself. The one you pick today is the one you are going to show up for week after week. You now know what you owe, what you have to work with, and which strategy to use. That is further than most people ever get. But here is the truth: knowing the strategy is not enough if the interest keeps compounding faster than you can pay. The single most powerful move you can make has nothing to do with how much extra you pay each month. It is about cutting the cost of the debt itself before you make a single extra payment. In part 2, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I will also cover the one thing that causes most people to slide backwards: just when they are making real progress. Take care of yourself and take care of your finances. Part two is waiting.